Now, it's pretty easy to see that runecrafting sorely needs revamped. It's universally decided the worst skill throughout the player base, and I'm willing to bet it's one of the last skills you'd end up maxing. I personally think that it's a problem because you should want to do this before you do 99 magic to, have supplies for magic. So what if we introduced new golems, tradable cores, a brand new golem boss, a new skilling outfit, and even golem related armor on today's episode of What If RuneScape. So today we're going to be talking about the ruins of Camdozal, specifically how Jagex could have added a completely new runecrafting meta had they just taken this update a little bit farther. So obviously I'm going to be talking about Mind, Body, and Chaos cores. With normal runecrafting, you take one pure essence and you get one rune off of whatever altar you chose. But with a golem core, you get 10 instead. Depending on your level, you could also get some more. Making these tradable would breathe a new little bit of life into runecrafting, as in making it more experience worthy and somewhat profitable as well. So believe it or not, that's basically it. That's the idea, tradable golem cores. And let's just say we don't stop at chaos golems. We introduce the next couple, like cosmic, nature, law, death, astral golems. And I even believe that goes with the theme that Jagex was already starting by not including the 4 elements, so they wouldn't even have to worry about combination runes. So that way they couldn't have the ask about a steam or mud golem, even though we all know a lava golem would be awesome. So we got to think about where we're going to put this, and while we actually did add a brand new area for the golems, it's kind of marketed as a free-to-play area. So I think it should go down a level from the forge in the center of Camdozal. I would actually love to see maybe even a few more dwarves similar to the Wintertodt encampment right outside of Wintertodt. You'd see large doors leading into the golem boss minigame, and on both sides you'd see 2 hallways which you could choose to go down where the new golems would be. Adding in new golems is essentially the easiest thing that we can do. Just have them look like the corresponding rune that we have them as. Cosmic is gonna be yellow, nature is gonna be green, and so on. Now I believe this is where you could have a lot of fun with it, having corresponding rooms to maybe what the altars look like, or maybe just what they look like. Like a nature rune can have a very nature-esque setting that the nature golems are in. Or perhaps if we're going for astral runes, it could be similar to how the altar is set up when you're trying to make astral runes. Or, just going out there. What if it looks like the night sky? Crafting blood runes is usually seen as endgame RuneScape content for runecrafting, and that's about 40k experience an hour. If you're super sweaty, you can get about 70k experience doing lava runes, and that's really not very much. So in an effort to shift the meta, cosmic golem cores should probably put out around 30 or 40k an hour, and death golem cores at the higher levels, of course, that we're going to be talking about, not at the lower levels. But the death golem cores should put out around 80, maybe even 90k experience an hour. Of course, you're doing 10 times the amount of runes as normal. Should you get 10 times the experience? I'd say yes, but as long as that doesn't go over around 80 or 90k, just so it doesn't shift the runecrafting meta too much. Even if they made it so crafting at altars capped out around 70k, just like at lava runes, then it would still be an improvement. Not to mention if we could match up these golems with a few different things like the Golem Armor. Each corresponding golem could drop a piece of armor, and when you have the full set, golems would do less damage to you. And there is a nice little sweet spot between rune and dragon where I think this armor would sit, kind of like the granite, but just a little bit different with a niche use. Since there's a reason to grind out golem cores to either use them or sell them on the Grand Exchange. And it could be pretty simple to make this a skilling outfit for runecrafting, obtained in a weird way, kinda like you obtain the lumberjack outfit when you're temple trekking. Or I might just prefer being able to combine the Golem Armor with the runecrafting skilling outfit that we're hoping to include in today's episode. And to add on to that just a little bit more, what if we were able to combine those two outfits I just mentioned into one together, and while you were killing golems, it gave you runecrafting XP too, similar to the Ash Sanctifier and the Bone Crusher. So now if we're gonna go ahead and think about a golem boss, I think it needs to be a skilling boss, not like Zalcano or Hespori, like Temperos or Wintertod. Something where you can get construction XP, mining XP, and runecrafting XP. This game would probably begin by having you mine a certain kind of essence that's specific to the game, so it can disappear when you leave the area. You should have to runecraft the essence on a special altar and have to deliver it to the dwarves, who are then able to load the minecarts with essence, sending it down a slope to harm the golem boss. The golem boss has an earthquake attack that makes you have to dodge falling rocks and repair the minecarts with hammers so they can continually damage the boss. It's not necessary, but we could copy Wintertod's mechanic and have to heal the people running the carts. And if we're gonna look at experience rates for Wintertod and Temperos, Wintertod has like 300k experience an hour at the higher rates. Now, I'm not here to say whether or not that's ridiculous. That's up for you guys to decide. And Temperos has like 90k experience an hour for like the highest rates. So there's a bit of a number discrepancy there. So it looks like to stay along the lines of what Jagex wants, we should probably keep it around 80 to 120k an hour. It won't disrupt the runecrafting meta too much in general, but it would definitely help to increase people skilling with this skill. And what are you gonna get from the runecrafting skilling boss? Well, that's a runecrafting skilling outfit, of course. As far as what I think the skilling outfit should look like, I think it's somewhere between the carpenter's outfit and the prospector's outfit. And maybe we could throw a little bit of jazz from the farmer's outfit in between. It'll make everything a little bit easier in the end game, and just think if we were able to include the Tome of Earth. Much like the Tome of Fire and Tome of Water, this would be really handy for the mages out there. And last but not least, what if we were able to get an equipable chisel to make late game runecrafting just a little bit easier? And that really only leaves one more question to be answered. How would you get these rewards? In Temperos, you fish out of the spirit pool. In Wintertod, you get a crate. I think the spirit pool is a little bit better because you get to build them all up in one singular area and it doesn't take up room in your bank. So we're gonna do something similar to that. It's gonna probably look something like a crashed meteor or between the essence mines, and we'd end up mining the spirit mine, let's just say, to get our rewards as we build them up. And that's gonna be the end of the video. So I got a question for you guys. What golem would you really prefer to see in RuneScape? I myself, obviously the cabbage golem.
Oh, my cabbages!
But hey, that's just my 2 cents on it. If you guys can think of anything that make this a little bit cooler, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. It's like the main reason why I do these videos is for the discussion. But if you liked it, go ahead and leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.